What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well out here. So look, I feel like we haven't had this much discourse over a Jordan in a long time, more specifically over a Jordan 1. Now, upcoming soon, coming soon, whatever you want to say, we have the Jordan 1 85 high. The Bred Jordan 185 is supposed to be dropping there. It's set to drop right now on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. That is the set date as of right now. Retail price on these are $250. Now, the reason I say I feel like we haven't had this much discourse, ones just haven't been super popular lately, so people haven't been going crazy over them. And Jordan has been dropping so many different colorways of the ones that people just aren't always into them. Now, the reason we're seeing discourse with this specific Jordan 1, not only the retail price being so high at $250, which is almost $60 higher than a normal Jordan 1. The reason being is we actually got word that this shoe is supposed to be super limited, and there are only supposed to be 23 accounts that are getting this shoe. Now, when I say 23 accounts, I'm just going to basically assume 23 stores are getting this shoe. Now, I know, like, I'm in Houston. I believe Premium Goods is supposed to be getting the shoe, and that's the only location in Houston that I for sure know is set to get this shoe. So with this one being so limited, it's going to be very interesting just to see how well this release process will go. Of course, this is going to be a shoe that you're going to have to put in your footwork for. It's not going to be as simple as going on sneakers and trying to get the shoe, or you can just go to Foot Locker or Finish Line and cop the shoe. More than likely, this will be one of those like neighborhood releases where just the specific like boutique shops will get this shoe. Of course, like I mentioned, Premium Goods in my area, that is more of a like boutique type shop where they get shoes there, but they're not getting like the type of stock you may see at like Foot Locker or something like that, or they're getting more specific Jordans that are only releasing at certain shops that may not be releasing at the Foot Lockers or like the smaller location Foot Lockers. So this one is going to be very interesting. I'm going to try to cop the shoe. I feel like it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie, especially when there's, like, for me, only one store in my area that's going to have the shoe. Now, they are supposed to be releasing the list of the locations that are supposed to be getting the shoe. Whenever that list drops and I have all 23 stores or 23 accounts that are supposed to be getting the shoe, I'll try to do a how to cop video over them. It's like I mentioned, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to put in your footwork. Hopefully they do release on the sneakers app, so there is some shop for those that don't have a store in their area. But if you have a store in your area that's getting the shoe, you're going to have to either go up to the store, do the raffle, or whatever process they have for their raffles. You're going to have to make sure that you go in and actually enter or just put in some type of footwork to get the shoe. Now, it's very interesting with this 85 because I feel like people aren't 100% a fan of this 85, or not even just this one in general, but just the 85 line in general. And I say that because the material on there is slightly different than a normal Jordan 1. Of course, the cut is a little bit higher. The leather is stiffer on these as well. So not everybody is a fan of the material, but I feel like with the limited aspect of this and then also the price, I feel like the hype is kind of starting to drive up with this one. Now, it'll be interesting as the release happens and then so forth and so on as we go later down the line, how the resale price will go on these. Will it go up, or will it stay relatively around that $250, or will it go under retail? I'm really not sure, and I feel like with how the noise is behind the shoe right now, it could bode well for driving the hype on this shoe and actually driving the resale price up on this one. Now, for myself, I have, I think, 2 or 3 pairs of the 85s that have dropped over the past couple of years. I like the shoes. I like the different cut on them compared to a Jordan 1. But like I mentioned, not everybody is a fan of that. So it'll be interesting just to see how well this plays out over these really next couple weeks leading up to this release. Now, if you're planning on going for the 85 Bred, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're a fan of the 85 line or if you're just not even interested in the shoe at all. I 100% understand, especially with that retail price being $250. If people sit this one out, $250 is just a crazy price. And then you factor in, I believe the next day, which is at the 15th on that Saturday, we have the other Bred toes set to drop, which is like the regular Jordan 1 version of it, just like the regular cut on a Jordan 1 that we've been getting recently, except this one has like the Air Jordan on the ankle instead of the Wings logo. So a little bit different of a Jordan 1. That one is already going under resale. So it's kind of interesting to see the difference between the two, with one being super limited the day before, and then we have a general release the next day for that one. So I'll probably end up trying to cop both of them. If I can get them early, of course, I'll do a review on them. But I will say I have not really seen too many early reviews of the 85 Bred, just because there's so many limited pairs of these. So it'll be interesting. But like I mentioned, let me know in the comments if you're planning on going for them, if you're going to pass on them, and just what your whole thought is on just this whole Jordan 185 and it being a limited shoe and it being the retail price that it is. What are your thoughts overall on it? Now, just going through some additional sneaker updates and in regards to this just sneaker world that we have going on right now. So we did see a first look at an upcoming PE, and this is the 2025 UNC Air Jordan 4, and honestly they're pretty nice in my opinion. Now, just looking at some additional like photos that were posted with this one, I love the color on here. It's almost like a more toned down UNC color on here, and it may be just because of how these pictures look. It'll be interesting to see this one in hand, but I do love the gold like hang tag on here, the gold Jordan Jumpman on the back of the shoe as well. Just an overall nicely done shoe. Of course, this is a PE, so it will be next to impossible to cop unless you know someone at the University of North Carolina. But if I ever get the chance to see this one in hand, I would love to just get my hands on it and see the detail on it. In addition, we also got an in-hand look at the upcoming Nigel Sylvester in the Air Jordan 4 in the colorways, the brick by brick. This is a all red Jordan 4. I believe it has Bike Air on the back of it as well. This is a nice Jordan 4 as well. I'll be trying to cop this one when they do drop. I'm not sure on the limitability aspect of it, if they will be limited or if there will be a bunch of pairs, but that'll be one that we look at as we get closer to that release date. And of course, I'll do another video over that one the closer we get to it. But those are the two updates that I have for y'all. So once again, and let me know your thoughts on the 85 Bred and just the whole everything behind that shoe, if you're liking what's going on with that shoe, if you just don't even care. And then of course how you feel about the two Jordan 4s, the UNC Jordan 4 PE as well as the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 in the red colorway that is getting ready to drop. But as always, that is all I have for y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.